Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel here. Obviously, it's been a couple of years really since I did anything car related. So, I have, obviously being a child of the 80s, grew up watching stuff such as Airwolf, the A-Team, Back to the Future, that kind of thing. You know, all the usual sort of dream cars that you would grow up as a kid in the 80s and early 90s watching TV, particularly over here in the UK. And I, a couple of months ago, decided to take the plunge and buy myself, turn you around here, my very own KITT. So, hopefully I shall be having a few more videos up and coming on my channel here about this. But it is, as you can see, it is an 82 Firebird with a full Night Rider conversion. Currently it is missing the power bulge bonnet because the previous owner had some issues with it and it was just completely rotted along here, so it got replaced with just a standard Firebird without the power bulge in it there. It's got the, I believe, I don't know, I'm sure people will correct me left, right and centre for this, but it's got, I believe, what is the Season 1 front end on it. Don't know, feel free to correct me on that one, who knows. I'm not that far into it that I actually can tell all of this. It's got the correct wheels, genuine bowling ball hubcaps with the proper turbo cast alloys as well there. 14 inches, which apparently are quite rare. This bonnet was actually white when the car came to me. Just opened up here. Sorry, bonnet was red. Okay, so the bonnet was red when the car came to me. It was this wing here. This wing was white when it came to me. The wing was changed due to some, I think it was just a bit of accident damage. I can't remember. I think somebody opened a door into it or something. It wasn't major, but obviously the previous owner felt needed to change it. As you can see, there's some white paint left over. It is the 5 litre as well. This was actually originally a fuel injection car from factory, but it's been changed to, as you can see, a carburetor system. This would be the Crossfire. This is actually a far more reliable system, I think, just having a straightforward carburetor. Like I said, the bonnet was red. I have just rattle canned it for the time being. I literally walked by a rattle can in the garage about a month ago and I thought, well, ain't going to look any worse, so yeah, there she is. So yeah, there's going to be various other bits and pieces I'm going to do. As you can see, it's just a case of keeping, kind of keeping up to what is, what is a childhood dream, I guess. So it is also an original, genuine T-top car as well. I'll show you the interior properly in a moment. Correct door handles, correct doors for the proper 83 car. Yes, I have plenty of other garage signs. I actually bought that one from a friend of mine. I actually bought that from a, I believe it was from a car boot sale or something. I can't remember. Anyway, it'll come back to me at 2 o'clock in the morning. As you can see, it has a full dash in there, correct interior with PMD seating, and as like I say, it is a genuine T-top car as well, and it is in surprisingly good condition. There's very, very little bubbling, rust or anything for a car of its age. It's obviously been pretty well cared for quite a lot in its life. The guy I actually bought this from, he actually designs and builds these dashboards for the UK for a website called what are they called? Knights of England, they call themselves. There's a couple of guys, really nice guys. They do all of this, and I'm sure some of you out there in the YouTube world will have heard of them. Currently it's up against the wall, so I can't move it forwards, mainly because I don't have a tripod with me or anything, but it's got the full blackout board across the back lights there, all functioning so you can't see anything. Right, so let's have a look at some of the bits that make it actually function as KITT. So, as I'm sure you're all aware, we're going to get the actual thing that makes me want it as a child of the 80s. If I get some dull some lights down here a little more. Look at that. Straight out of the intro to one of the original episodes. I believe that's actually where Michael Knight actually meets KITT for the first time. That's his first view. And he gets a little bit of a dull view like that. And obviously KITT comes up to him and later on introduces himself down the line when Michael Knight is driving, or David Hasselhoff as it is in real life. So, what else do we have? A little bit more to the interior. As you can see, it is a fully converted season 4 onwards, I believe, dash. Again, feel free to correct me on this anywhere in the comments, but let's go for a switch on. It goes through its little test cycle there. And there we go. And then, as you can see, responds to the sound of anybody's voice or anything like that. It's a single monitor dash. So I'm pretty sure that was season 4 onwards, I believe. I actually don't remember. But yeah, see if that never gets old. Seeing KITT's voice box there respond to my own voice. That's one of the weirdest things ever. I'm gonna take a seat inside here, and there I am, sitting in my childhood dream, in my actual childhood dream car. It's pretty cool, and it's been 35, nearly 40 years in the making, I suppose this has. What else do we have down here? We actually have, on this particular dash, and unfortunately it's not picking up on the camera, these are actually fully customizable to what the dashboard actually does. So if I press like one of these buttons here, what it does is it puts like various different modules of the dashboard into like show mode. So as you can see, it'll just keep on cycling through all the various different things with the rev counter going up and down and such like. And then like over here, if I do the same on, where am I? So like with the compass, for instance, I could put that into what they call a show mode, and it'll just keep on cycling, which is yeah, pretty something pretty special. I just put it back to, it is actually a fully functioning compass. So as you can see, the car is actually currently pointing southeast, and as you can see, it's actually pointing a little more south than east, a little more east than south. Sorry, that is actually accurate. As is the fuel gauge, that is accurate. Temperature gauge, speedometer, mileage of the vehicle. 5.3 gallons is also the current amount in the fuel tank. Battery voltage and everything, obviously with the scanner running and everything, it pulls the battery down. Get a little light down here telling you what the scanner's doing. And of course the famous batwing. Is it batwing? Did they call it a batwing? Did they call it a gull wing? I actually don't know. Again, anybody who's watching this, feel free to let me know. It's been, I don't know, 25 plus years, I suppose, since I actually religiously watched the TV show. So, you know, I've forgotten a lot of the terminology that was used to do with KITT and everything, I guess. But yeah, coming around this side here, it's actually remarkably solid for its age. It's had a lot of work done by the previous owner. It's had all new floors, rebuild engine, rebuild transmission, rebuild suspension, rebuild brakes. It literally doesn't need anything underneath. The paintwork is what lets it down, but that is on the list. And as you can see, you get the full wraparound dash there. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing some more videos on this. Hopefully I'm going to try and keep a little bit more up to date on this kind of thing. Just sort of as much as anything else for me, I guess, so I can see transformation from kind of a project almost, if you like, to what I want it to be, what was my childhood dream car. Will, however, be a usable and used car. It's not going to sit in the garage its entire life. I will be using it. It will be dirty. It will get used. It will get taken to shows. It will get taken shopping. That kind of thing. So yeah, as you can see as well, it also has an actual halogen bulb scanner as well, not one of the later LED ones that tries to mimic the phasing in and out of the bulbs. So let's get some other lights on here as well. This is the kind of thing, this sort of thing, this never gets old. This is the kind of thing that just makes you smile as an adult, as a 30, no, I'm not 30 something anymore, 40 something year old guy now. It makes a 10-year-old me inside very happy. I'm gonna come inside here to, where am I? Not that, there we go, some lights on there. Little side marker lights and everything, all working as it should. And there we go. Let's go the other way around with the lighting. So yeah, there we go. That would have been, there you go, that looks a bit better. That would have been one of the early views that Michael Knight would have seen of KITT himself. And now, who knows, how many years, 35 years or something later, here I am also staring at KITT. It's kind of surreal in a way. Like seeing that really is actually quite surreal. I can't work out if it's kind of cool, slightly intimidating maybe, but I mean I guess that was kind of the thing with it, with the whole Knight Rider thing. It was cool and intimidating at the same time, and intriguing with everything. It was all things to all children, me included. But yeah, so there we go. There's going to be more to come on this, but yeah, for the time being, there is my actual replica Knight Rider car. Actual replica Knight Rider of KITT from the TV show Knight Rider. Okay, so I'm going to get going. I'm going to actually do something productive with my life. Get a few bits and pieces done. But yeah, there it is. My own actual living, kind of breathing Knight Rider car. I'll see you all later.